a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They start the drive here with Gainwell. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
There as he's up to about the 37.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Hurts. Work in the middle of the field. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
So now here are the Panthers with excellent field position to start off. Commanding the offense will be Lamar Jackson, the electric quarterback out of the University of Louisville.
And he remains the league's premier rushing threat and one of the biggest playmakers among quarterbacks. His goal each and every season, continue to expand his game as a passer and become well-rounded.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out.
Pass interference. Defense.
So obviously they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points.
That penalty is declined.
And now a 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming. Jackson here, he's going to look to throw. And they're going to get 2 more. He's got it. So that didn't take... Quickly 8-zip. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to... So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units in there. Kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack. 3rd and 9 here. Here's Hurts to throw. And pressure coming, and they got him once again. That's sacked by LeBron Ray. On fourth down, punt coming from Braden Mann. This is taken at the 23. Oh, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
And he's going to be out of bounds inside the 25-yard line. Well, that looked for a second like he might take it all the way, but as it stands, it's still a massive return. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's second down. From the gun, Jackson. He'll buy some time right. He gets away from one. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Here's Jackson. Rolling to his right. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Lamar Jackson, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. That's caught. And he is not going to get in there. He stops short of the goal line, and the lead is going to stay right where it is. Well, split the difference, and they're right where they would have been with 2 PATs. They got the 2-point conversion the first time. They failed there.
Interesting, isn't it? Because the first time you go after your first score, that feels like a gamble. The second time when they tried it again, that felt like, what the heck, right? Because, as you said, even if you miss it, you split the difference, and you're right on schedule at 14 points.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here first and 10 at their own 24. On play action, they'll throw. Out to his left. Hurts fumbles it, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. This defense, Charles, very opportunistic here early. A second fumble recovery in this first quarter of play.
Yeah, you mentioned the right word, opportunistic and aggressive, because once they got the first fumble recovery, they were eager to get a second one, and sometimes they just come in bunches.
They've got his man complete. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Tyreek Hill, 35 yards. And the Panthers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. They'll try and throw for it. They'll roll him out right. And no, it falls incomplete. So the 2-point conversion, no good. Should have been picked. Probably doesn't matter on a 2-point conversion, but still, as a former DB, you want to grab that ball when you can, don't you?
You certainly do, and don't say it, because I know you're thinking it. Don't say it.
What am I thinking?
You know what I know what you're thinking. Well, if he'd had hands, he'd be playing on offense, right?
That's true. You've said that before. And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up first and 10. And they'll begin on the ground with Gainwell. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say, we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Throwing is Hurts. Buying time. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and it goes down. The safety blitz turns out to be a great call defensively as they sack him for a loss of 9. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is brought in at the 21. There, we'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. In motion, Hill. Jackson. Flushed out right. Now he's loose down the left sideline. And all the way down to the 33-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson sliding out of the pocket. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Second down and a yard. They go play action with Jackson. And that is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. The free safety couldn't quite get his hands around it, and it brings up 3rd down. To throw is Jackson. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. Breaks a tackle, and able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10. Up the middle with Barkley. This carry, despite the extra effort, will be stopped short of the 10. 2nd down and 8. From the gun, it's Jackson. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Lamar Jackson, a 12-yard touchdown run. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. It's caught inside the 10, and he gets in. Well, no one was expecting a fake there, but they add 2 more onto their lead.
I can't help but chuckle a little bit because this is something I thought would be at the game by now, but sometimes these head coaches and special teams coordinators, they just can't help themselves. It's a fake extra point, but sure enough, it winds up working out for 2 points.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Eagles offense now gets set to head back onto the field. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. And this will be caught by Brown. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards to go on 2nd down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll send Brown in motion right. They'll fake it on the jet sweep, and instead a handoff up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. Jack Thompson. Now 2 sacks for him already here in this first quarter of play. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. And it's taken in at the 9. And fights through one man. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football as they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
And going deep for Hill. And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyreek Hill. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Panthers are able to add on to their first half lead. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Eagles offense back out, getting set for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Hurts sets up to throw it. Oh, he's hit. He lost the football. Put it on the carpet. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Now Hurts going to keep it running left. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 45. That's down the field for Jefferson. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. He'll buy some time right. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Lamar Jackson taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Panthers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for 2 is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll set up to throw from the gun. He's got a man, complete. Down the left sideline, and he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Devontae Smith, 74 yards. And the Eagles are able to claw one back. Elliott good with a PAT. And they get a bit of a respite here from what's been an otherwise dreadful first half of football. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Panthers offense and Lamar Jackson set to take over once again. And this defense has got to be searching for answers right now. It's been his ability to make plays on the ground here in this first half that's really giving him fits. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated.
And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. A big play there for Carolina. 55 yards. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. And he takes it into the end zone across the chalk. Now, there is a flag down, but I think that's offsides on the defense.
Yeah, I think that's going to stand, partner.
Offside. Defense.
So, obviously, they will decline the penalty there, and the result is 6 points. Here we go now as they will again try for 2. They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. So they went for the 2. They don't get it.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the... Now a hit and a loose football. And it looks like the defense has got it.
Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
From the 29, Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this one is incomplete.
Well, it's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
The Panthers offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football.
Now Jackson.
And this one nearly picked off. Kind of surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but get away it does, and it's 2nd down.
Jackson rolling to his right. The quick feet by Jackson. Oh, he shifts past him. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Jackson to throw. On the move to his left. The quick feet by Jackson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Play action. It's Jackson. And he'll get this into the hands of Hill, complete. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Tyreek Hill on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Panthers extend their lead yet again. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. Now a hit and a loose football. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And that one is his second fumble loss. Not a good look out of your return man.
And not only does he hurt the momentum for his team or even change momentum of the game, but now they've got a decision to make on his own sideline. Does he continue to do that? Do you keep him in that role, or do you bring someone else in at this time?
Now a 2nd and 10. And Diggs, the motion man, left.
Jackson from the shotgun.
Oh, going for Jefferson downfield. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in.
Jackson now. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete. The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. Now it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over.
Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10
at the 31-yard line.
Starting things out with a give to Gainwell.
And a loose football. But I believe it was covered by an Eagle. It was. And Philadelphia is going to hold on to the football.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Escaping the pressure right. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. Looking to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 37.
Hurts.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll drop to throw. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the 1st half. But if you don't pick up the 1st down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney able to get him down for a loss of 11. And it brings up 4th down.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann.
And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Throwing is Jackson.
And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in.
2nd and 10.
Now it's Jackson. They'll roll him out right. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down. Looking to throw. Jackson eluding the pressure right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
And that last run is going to set a new NFL record. Most rush yards in a single game by a quarterback, surpassing Justin Fields, who had 178 in 2022 in a ball game.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30. And they finally get to him out near midfield, but he's all the way across the 45 to the 46. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. The quick feet by Jackson. And he'll cross over out of bounds right at the 25. Jefferson going to go in motion right. From the gun, Jackson. Breaks the tackle, now an alley. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And that will bring up second down. Here's Jackson. Sliding out of the pocket. Running. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Lamar Jackson. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Panthers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And he will not make it to the goal line as his try for two is going to come up empty. But that's little consolation to this defense as they have been porous all game long. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Eagles offense and Jalen Hurts ready to take over once more. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. Here's Hurts to throw. Flushed out right. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game. And that continued with that first down.
And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same.
They'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. Hurts fumbles it. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it.
And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Jefferson going to go in motion right.
After the fumble recovery, it's Jackson escaping the pressure right. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. They go play action now. Jackson pushing his way through. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Jackson. He'll buy some time right. And he fends him off. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. They go play action with Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. Oh, some strong running. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 18. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards. They'll motion the tight end across the formation. To throw is Jackson. Dancing to his left. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Lamar Jackson, an 18-yard touchdown run.
And the Panthers just continue to roll. Pinheiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again.
And this group has suffered far too many self-inflicted wounds thus far as we run through some of the mistakes. It's darn near impossible to win in this league when you're turning the ball over at the frequency that they have.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
On 1st and 10, it's Gainwell. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. He's already fumbled once in this game, and I thought the ball started to jostle there a little bit, but they got to him quickly at the line of scrimmage.
They sure did, and remember, if you're not a very confident runner and you've already dropped it once, if there's traffic around you, the only thing you think...
And he loses the football a second time, and it's picked up by the Panthers. And they'll take over inside the 45 at the 44-yard line. So great play there, obviously because of the loss. We had your free safety coming up to make the tackle.
Great observation, because one of the cliches is that every defensive coach tells us in run defense we need all 11 to the ball in order to handle it. Well, how often does the free safety begin dropping into the box? Not very often, so he did a nice job diagnosing and getting involved.
2nd and 10 now, 3rd quarter from Charlotte. Operating from the gun, Jackson. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down. From the gun, it's Jackson rolling to his left. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Jackson, a 15-yard touchdown run.
And the Panthers get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look.
It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
They run behind center with Gainwell. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Back to Gainwell here on 2nd down. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
And this is where coaches sometimes fall into different camps. Your guy just fumbled. It led to a touchdown. Do you stay with him or do you put him in the doghouse? This is definitely a show of confidence here as he's right back out there and carrying the ball again.
Throwing is Hurts.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Jadeveon Clowney able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon.
Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And oh my goodness, he loses it again.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery?
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he is taken down deep in Philadelphia territory. Well, that didn't take long. 1 play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation. Back to throw. Jackson firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound. Back to throw again. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tyreek Hill laying himself out in the end zone.
And the Panthers will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
They're going to run it with Barkley. And, boy, talk about adding insult to injury. He's into the end zone to tack on 2 more. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And able to get this out to the 25. Well, the Eagles offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. And we're back now in Charlotte. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair.
Hurts sets up to throw it.
Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. Offensively lucky there, able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes, and he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pull it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate, but we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone...
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Carolina. Tyreek Hill, 85 yards. And the Panthers continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. And he is going to get in for the 2, although there is a flag on the field, but it looked like a defender jumped. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. Here comes Eagle offense now as they get set to take over here.
Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.